how far would you go to ensure that your kids are not using drugs? Well, believe it or not, parents are now turning to companies like the Last Chance Canine Services in Louisville, Kentucky, which provides drug-sniffing dogs that are specifically trained to find marijuana, cocaine, heroin, and more that your kids might be hiding. Good idea? The owner of the company says that 90% of the time, the dogs do find narcotics stashed away by the kids. Some people feel it's snooping. I like the idea. I think if you're worried about your kid, I don't think you just kind of go on these random goose chases. But if you're worried, I think as a parent, you have an obligation.
I think if you're worried, yes. But I also think that if you're not worried, I think the surprise is what is crazier. When you don't think your kids could be on drugs or using drugs, that's when they probably are. So,
how long do you bring the dog in then?
Well, when they're at school, you bring in the dog. Because I think if they know that you did this...
Oh, no, you never bring it when they're there.
Lose so much trust. That would be a terrible thing.
I grew up in a house that was, my house, my rules. You don't like it, you can move out. That was, my parents had very strict rules with me and with my brother. And I kind of feel like, especially in the current climate, that's kind of how I'm going to be. Now, I don't know that I'm...
Yeah, but kids can be very clever when it comes to hiding drugs.
That's why you need dogs. That's the first course of action. Then you need something else.
Once a month, I'm going to bring that dog.
Yeah.
Once a month.
They're going to go sniffing? Here's the thing, 95% of the time, they find something.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you need to know.
But I just think that people, for me, I don't see how you don't know your kid's not on drugs. You know what I mean? I know that it's not, but if you have that kind of a thing, it's like, for one thing, me and my grandmother kind of were in the same room together, so I had no privacy. We damn near shared the same underwear. So, I mean, really, we was that close. So I don't understand this whole idea of having your door closed and having a dog come in and sniff. Maybe just make the dog the family dog. I don't know how you would hide that you have a sniffing dog coming in.
I don't know. When my boys were teenagers, the stench in their rooms, just from their bodies, I don't know how they would smell out any kind of drug. It's unbelievable. Okay, exactly. All right, when it comes to school, not everyone always agrees with the rules, but a father in Virginia chose to pull his 13-year-old son from class rather than make him cut his hair, which the school says was too long. The 7th grade student was told that he must remove his dreadlocks or face discipline, even though he had that hairstyle since he started at the school in 3rd grade. And his father, when he pulled his son out of school permanently, said, "I think it's a form of not being culturally aware, a form of stereotyping." So, and the school has said it might change its policy in the future, but the dad has made a decision, no, my son's not going to be there. Does dad have a point? Do you think he's right?
I don't think they were offended by the style. I think it was the length.
Yeah.
And they said in the school, it's a private school. Here's the situation. A private school, it says your hair can't be below the ear. It's their rules. And unfortunately, maybe the kid's hair grew and whatever. I don't think they're offended. I mean, it's not the style, and I think we're taking it maybe to a different direction. I think it's the length.
Unfortunately, I do disagree with you because I hear a lot of cases of, young black children who have their afros and their naturals, and people just don't understand it when they have their natural. It is a cultural thing. That is how his hair is. I have natural hair underneath this wig. Yes, I do have natural hair underneath this.
Well, tell me your story about when you were, I don't know if you were shooting some sort of show with your hair.
So I was doing a show, and two people on the show, me and another girl, had natural hair.
Right.
And it was kind of like, well, one of you guys has to change because America's not going to recognize who's who. Now, meanwhile, I'm darker than the girl, 200 pounds, probably heavier than her. And then all of a sudden, America's going to be like, what? Which one is the who? And because, people look at natural hair, it's like this whole thing. But it's really, and I'm proud of these young black children who are wearing their natural hair. Don't follow me, black kids. I have a wig, okay? Yeah. But I love when they're proud of their natural hair and their heritage. Let them embrace that and wear that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like you wearing your hair, doing your thing.
I don't think it's the style.
But a lot of schools do have rules for whether you're black, Caucasian, whatever it is.
You have to respect the rules that they have in place. I think in this case, it's kind of a stupid rule. But the thing that I hate about this is he's been going to this school for how many? A couple of years now. They should have said something when he first got to the school, because now he has all these friends he has to leave. It's just a terrible thing for this kid to have to leave after so many years.
His dreads were probably shorter when he was in 3rd grade, and now he's in 7th grade, and you never cut them, right? They just grow with the hair.
Yeah, the sad thing, too, is that this kid's like a straight-A student. He's a very good student, wants to be a geologist when he grows up. Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully they'll change the policy.
All right.